Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And if you haven't noticed, I started a new playlist series called Frequently Asked Questions. So instead of doing videos where I answer a whole bunch of questions in one, I'm going to do one video for each question to make it easier for everyone to find and for me to link people back to when they ask that question. So today's question is, how do I can? And that is in reference to what do I use as a heat source. Part of the reason I get this question a lot is people see my kitchen videos. I have a glass top range, which really doesn't even get used for much of anything, because in the summer months when we're getting lots of solar power, you should also see in those summer videos that I have hot plates sitting on top of the stove. And those are what gets used most during the summer months. And then in the winter months, during the months when we have fires going regularly, my wood stove gets used. So the glass range actually rarely gets used for anything. But for canning, though, yes, you can on a glass top range as long as you're careful. Pressure canner companies don't recommend it because they're just covering their own rear ends in case you shatter your glass top because you're not being careful. So it's just not recommended, but I've seen videos of people canning on glass tops. However, I have this old burner that came with the turkey fryer back when the turkey fryer craze was big. We only actually used it to fry a couple of turkeys and that was it. We didn't like how much oil it took, and it was just something that we decided we didn't want to stick to, though the turkeys tasted good. But we took that burner and it's been used for, what has it been? It's at least 15, 20 years, whenever it was that those things were huge. And maybe about 20 years. And I've been using it for canning ever since. And so I use it for hot water bath canning and pressure canning. It has a little knob on it. I'll show you a picture of it right here. So I can adjust the heat accordingly to keep the pressure where I want it to be. So it's been really great for that. Now it used to, as you can see in this picture here, you see this, I just took this photo and it shows this little table, this little wood table. Patrick actually just rebuilt that for me because it did have that little wood fold out table thing so you can set stuff on there, but because of all the many years of use, that thing was getting rotted and falling apart. So Patrick rebuilt one for me so I can have a place to set my lighter, the jar lifter, and the weight that goes for the pressure canner and whatever else I need to set up there. So I do all of my canning at this time of the year when I can do it outside, when it's warm enough and usually dry enough, unlike today where it's raining. Anyway, it works really great doing that way. Now, one thing I would like to try someday, and I just haven't got around to it, is using my rocket stove. Now, I have videos from a few years ago where I was doing a lot of stuff on my rocket stove one year, just getting practiced up. You know, I was baking things, cooking things, like I made enchiladas on there. I did the whole process, and that's an old video. I'll go ahead and link to that one down below. And I believe you could can on a rocket stove in a pinch. However, especially with pressure canning, it would be something where you'd have to be standing there the whole time and constantly feeding it to keep the pressure accurate, and I just don't have the time to do that. I need to be able to get some stuff done and listen for the jiggler and not have to keep worrying about feeding the thing. So I think if I ever try it, the first thing I'll do is water bath canning and see how well that works. However, I love my propane burner for canning, and that's how I do it. As you should have been able to see in a lot of the pictures I've been putting up, showing some of the various projects, some of the different things I've canned, and always using the burner. There has been the rare occasion that I have had to do the canning inside because it was just too wet outside and I needed to get some stuff canned. I did it in the foyer there, my laundry room area, and where we don't spend a lot of time in there, and also crack the door open so that there would be good ventilation. And also laid a metal plate, even though I wasn't really worried about it, I still laid a metal plate under the burner just in case, so the floor wouldn't get damaged at all. And so that worked really good. And I only do that in a pinch if I absolutely have to, but really most of the time I try to get all of my canning done in the summer so I can do it outside. Okay, well, that's how I do my canning. And if you're interested, what I will do is link to some similar type propane burners that you can use for canning down below in the description box. Don't forget to click on show more, or that little gray arrow that might be right here if you're on a smart device, just below the video screen, and the show more should be right about there. And then you can look for those links and any other videos that I might link down below and other information you might be interested in. So that will open up that description box so you can see all that stuff there. So that answers that question. I've got more of these to come. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.